Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hard Hittin Wrestling Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, prepare your ear holes for the best wrestling part, the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.
And once again, welcome to the Hard Hittin Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Ovi Muniz, with my son, Jose. We have the other cast standing by. On this show, we're going to talk about the recap on SmackDown, what happened at NXT TakeOver and Raw, and then we'll finish up with the update on the match cards going on for this Sunday, Backlash. All right. And also stay tuned also for this Sunday, when we're going to have a Father's Day tribute going on, hosted by Hector Vasquez. But furthermore, hey, let's kick off the show real quick. I have here Title Bard.
Hey.
All right, Frank C.
What's going on, peoples?
Hector V. The current champion. We'll talk about that. And Noah.
How's it going, everyone?
Hey, glad you guys are with me at this time. Hey, so much is going on. The storylines are just escalating to being epic matches, not only for this Sunday Backlash, but we could also foresee our near future when we're that almost close to SummerSlam, which as of right now is still in August, but we'll see what happens then as we look closely to that. But we also have Extreme Rules for the month of July. But hey, let's talk about SmackDown. The Intercontinental Championship is this Friday. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. Okay, that belt was vacant due to Sami Zayn not being used. All right, so he's not matching. But hey, let's take it back to last Friday when Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles were in the middle of the ring being interviewed by Renee Young. Styles took the bye because it was a smart move on his part. Yep. However, Bryan has demonstrated that he has a lot of heart and so much built into the Intercontinental Championship. But AJ Styles called him out saying he is stupid, which is, in my part, I would have said he was stupid too. Why not just go for the bye week and just get this match over with? However, Bryan sees things different. He has, he explained that there's two different versions between what he sees and what AJ sees. And he just called him out saying, hey, he will never defend it to anybody, which Daniel Bryan's goal is to defend it every week. Now, I kind of find it that it's ridiculous to defend it every week because this is not the United States Championship.
Yeah, no.
This is
Hold on. That was one of the greatest runs of the United States Championship when John Cena came out every week and put over these young guys. And by put over, I mean gave them a great match and an opportunity to fight John Cena. Daniel Bryan or AJ. I'm picking Daniel Bryan to win that match. But if Daniel Bryan wins and we have a weekly Intercontinental Championship match, that's awesome. I would love to see that. That's good TV.
All right. Let's see, Frank. What do you think?
Well, I think it's good because you have right now on Raw. You have Apollo Crews defending it on a weekly basis. He's picking these people. It's like, hey, I want this guy. I want that guy. Why not have the same on Raw?
I agree.
Why on SmackDown? You have Daniel Bryan comes out every single week. Say, hey, this is what I'm gonna fight. This is who I want to fight. Or hey, open challenge. Whoever wants to come get it. Come take it.
Okay. 100%. Noah, what do you think?
I have to agree. The open challenge is a great sell for anyone to come and watch. I remember when John Cena did the open challenges, I looked forward to that the most because the biggest question was, who is it going to be tonight? And if they can make that magic again with Daniel Bryan and people can tune into SmackDown and say, I don't know who I'm going to see. It could be an amazing surprise. That's great TV, and that's going to get so many people to want to tune in.
And it doesn't matter if it's a regular superstar or a legend who we know isn't going to win. We're still excited to see that legend, and it's always exciting. Everyone's anticipating that music. We want to hear whose music.
Exactly.
Hector, your thoughts on this?
I kind of agree with everybody, but I would like to see it on AJ Styles' side. You know, how
Okay.
he's going to say, you know what, I'll go ahead and defend his title, but then how he finds a way of always trying to walk away with that title, but holding to his word, saying, you know what, I will defend his title. You know, he's not going to have as much honor as Daniel Bryan will, but you know, I'm got AJ Styles, and I'm sticking with that. You know, with that pick, you know, I just think it'll be making more interesting on Friday nights with AJ having that title around his waist.
Yeah, just like how my son has his title showing off the cruiserweight here. You know, congratulations to Phantasma. But going back to the Intercontinental Championship, listen, I understand that you guys want to make this relevant, but the only way you make it regiment and prestigious is not only defend it every week. I think that's overrated, to be honest with you. Like I said, this is not the United States Championship when you could defend it every week, which hasn't been done with Andrade being the champion. All right. But I think every week should be the U.S. title, unless you create a title called a television title like AEW is doing it. All right.
Yeah.
But besides that, you know, I think you need to earn it. You know, I think the biggest storyline that we have will go for the actual Universal title, which in my opinion, I think they need to get rid of that name Universal, because Universal to me should be defended in all brands because it's universal. That's the definition of the word. All right. But when you talk about Intercontinental Championship, you're talking about Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon. You know, all those people that defended it. They didn't defend it every week. They defended it at every pay-per-view. They defended it to the high stars. If they were there, bam, they matched up and they fought on. You know what I mean? And that's how they should do it. Just let that storyline build up to make it prestigious for the Intercontinental Championship. So I'm not for it every week. All right. If you want to make it prestigious, make this prestigious to when there's a rivalry for the belt. All right. Like the Shawn Michaels Shawn Michaels had the belt. Then you had Triple H. I mean, we could go on and on. There have been 85 superstars and legends that been winners that had the Intercontinental Championship. If AJ Styles wins, he's going to be the 86. Okay. And you look, it's awesome to be called the Intercontinental Championship for a reason, for a prestigious award, not just something that, hey, you know, I'm going to defend it every week. Then it gets tedious. You know, then when you're saying anybody could do it. You know what I mean?
But hasn't the Intercontinental title been more relevant than the WWE title for a very long time? So why not?
Back then, yes, it was.
And I think
right now.
I think even right now it still is.
It's not, but just because Shinsuke Nakamura held it for so long, he really hardly even defended it. You know what I mean? If you want to take it back to the last superstar, The Miz.
All right. The Miz is one of the best of all time.
Right. I mean, Daniel Bryan did it, but he had a shortcoming. You know what I mean? Or I don't know. Like I said, I mean, look, defending it every week it's going to get tedious. It's going to get tiring. And I don't think that is the right way to do it. And that's just my opinion. You know, I understand. Yeah, get it. Don't rush it to be prestigious. Develop it. Get it in there. We want to see two highest caliber superstars to go at it for the belt. That's how you make it prestigious.
I think the only thing that we've lost is the style. You know, from this style to what it is now. I know they may be trying to keep up with the times, but to me, you're losing a little machismo here when you're changing the style of the belt itself. You know, let's just keep it to where, you know, it looks prestigious. You know,
put it back to that one.
Yeah, you know, I mean, even this one had different colors, but you still had this version. You had white, yellow, black. I mean, but still.
Well, there's rumors that I think at least two belts is going to get a new look. And I heard the rumor that one of them is the United States title. But just keep in mind, I think
that's one of the best looking ones.
I think because AEW is doing their thing, I think WWE wants that challenge. Hey,
they got to step it up.
Make my belt look good, you know. I mean,
they always have though.
How big do you want it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
AEW is like, you ready to step up? You ready to play big boy league?
Hey, I think AEW is trying to keep up because Stone Cold had his style, The Rock had his style, Edge, John Cena started this whole thing. So I think AEW is trying to keep up with the WWE.
No. Though AEW is like an A+ show on all levels of its show, and Raw and SmackDown are like C's consistently.
I'd
have to agree with that, but that's not this show.
They pass, but just barely.
Every time I see AEW, I still see WWE because it's the same stars, different brands. You know, they didn't get that television time with WWE. Now they have it at AEW, so it is what it is. And one other note before we go on to our next topic, AJ Styles did lose to Drew Gulak by a fluke. All right, so take that into consideration going into this Friday.
A loss is a loss.
Yep.
It's still an L.
You know, we say a win's the win, right?
AJ always has something in his sleeves, man. But hey, matter of fact, if there's any prediction right now, I say that Daniel Bryan's gonna win. Tyler, you said Daniel. Frank,
absolutely.
Daniel Bryan. He never lost the title.
Yeah, Hector.
AJ. I'm staying with AJ.
All right, hey, the one and solely AJ. All right, but hey, the other prestigious belts that is coming to light is the Women's Tag Team Championship. Bayley and Sasha Banks defeated Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross to become their first two-time tag team women's champion. Why are you buying your head, Tyler?
Why? Why? Because their rivalry is it was like right on the cusp of Sasha turning on her. And you have the Iconics who just returned, and you're like, we'll just let the Iconics get pinned every week. Every week we'll get the Iconics getting pinned.
No.
Let's see if the Iconics win on this Sunday. Maybe that is the setup.
Great. Awesome. Fantastic. But let's stop putting tag titles on teams that aren't a tag team. Stop it. They don't have a tag team name.
No,
they've never been an official tag team.
They were the Bucket. They were, what was it? The
Hug and Boss Connection.
There you go.
Oh.
Okay. I'll fight you tooth and nail on this one. Bayley and listen, we do not deserve Bayley and Sasha as wrestling fans, okay? Those two women are the greatest of they're funny, they're entertaining, they're fun to watch, they're great at wrestling. They should be the pinnacle of what other teams want to be with. All right.
But
and that's
Bayley is a horrible heel, and she'll never be good at it. She is a terrible, terrible heel. She should only be a face for the rest of her career because she tried to be a heel like John Cena, but she can't be the woman John Cena because she can't be a heel as well. So she needs to stay in her lane and be a face.
Been the woman John Cena. They did not let her be the woman John Cena. I'll stop you right there on that one. Bayley is one of the best performers when it comes to that women's locker room. She is
in ring, absolutely.
And Sasha is on that level with her. And those
I agree.
Should have every title that is on that women's side.
But they shouldn't be a tag team. They should be fighting each other.
No, I'm sorry.
They will.
They will.
Fight each other.
But this only makes that blow up better.
I think exactly. I think so. Yep.
When they lose the title,
I hate it.
Blame each other, and that's where it's going to start saying, "Oh no, you lost it. No, you lost it." And that's where the fight's going to start.
Oh, like the last 20 years of WWE entertainment. Wow, so original, fantastic. I love it.
I'll tell you this, and it's something that you guys haven't mentioned yet. During the match, we had a big difference there where who was going to actually do the pinning and stuff like that. You see at the end, Sasha Banks was about to make Nikki Cross tap out, but then realized that Bayley had tagged her, and Sasha got really mad, and then she ended up taking over the match again. And luckily enough, she got the pin 1, 2, 3, and that's how they became champions. But there's still some animosity going on between them two. They haven't really talked about it, but pretty soon it's going to blow up. And I think that the time that they lose the title is going to blow up in their face. So
I can even see it happening like what happened to Rollins and Strowman. I could see that same scenario happening.
Okay.
Where you got Seth Rollins with 2 belts, Braun got that one, and now they had the feud for that title. I could see Bayley and Sasha fighting for that.
Fighting anyways.
Yeah, and then it blows up to where they can't get along and they're going to lose those tag titles. I mean, in the Iconics, they're showing like they're going to become baby faces the way they're going at it. So, I think they are the ones that are going to win those titles. I would think it'd be best. Because Bliss and what's her name? Forget about it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that now. You're actually right. I think the Alexa Bliss and the Nikki Cross.
Mm-hmm.
That's another tag team that should have never happened.
But the hacker.
Listen, all right, hold on. I'm sorry. Tag teams just happen. Like you take two wrestlers who have good chemistry together, and then they're a tag. Like you and I are a tag team. All right.
True.
We are.
True.
But we were singles wrestlers before that, and we're going to be singles wrestlers again after that. We just decided to have a tag team run because we knew we would be good at it.
I mean, it's fine, but it shouldn't have lasted as long as it has. And it's just, I hate it. I'm awfully critical of tag team wrestling.
I rest my case.
Tag team wrestling has to be perfect, and AEW is doing it right.
I'll give you that one. I agree with you on that one.
They are doing it right.
AEW alone. We'll move on to the next tag team, which is Miz and Morrison. They got a match set up for the Universal title versus Braun Strowman. This has got to be the most comical match that we've seen. Last Friday night, it was hilarious to see them making pranks on Braun Strowman. However, I think they went too far when they went and smashed up his car. Hector, what are your thoughts on that?
I think they went too far when they hit the green goo on Charlie.
Oh, yeah. You ain't
yeah, she got hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah. She was hot. I think that was the one right there, boy. But I think it is comical. I mean, we know where this is going with this, but Miz and Morrison, another tag team, put together,
Listen.
It's just too comical. They just needed something for them to do since there's no tag titles for them right now.
You don't destroy a Grand National and get away with it. Okay? What are you doing? That is a hell of a freaking car. I used to like Miz and Morrison somewhat. Now forget it.
Now Miz just went, oh, nice car. Here's your allowance, and you go buy another one.
No, you can't buy those cars, especially in that condition.
Listen, I'm telling you.
I tell you what, I think right there, anybody would get so extremely mad that, right now everything is looking in favor of Braun Strowman, and he doesn't have a good record in the handicap matches. Maybe 3-on-1, it was more difficult, but this is him versus Miz and Morrison, and I think it's just one of those things that they're bypassing everything. Remind you that Braun Strowman has a gimmick or storyline with Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt is doing a film right now with The Witchers, which is on Netflix. So stay tuned to that. Once they finish filming, it'll be up and running on Netflix soon. So
I didn't know that.
Wyatt. But as soon as he's finished, he'll bring back. Remember, the Fiend. The Fiend is targeting Braun Strowman, and Bray Wyatt wants the belt back. So hey, wait and see for SummerSlam, and that's the SummerSlam event. But hey, let's move on. Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. Harsh words that Sheamus did towards Jeff Hardy. He stated, "You are not a man. You're just a junkie." And then went on mentioning about his family, saying that they're used to him being a junkie. So that's some strong words, mentioning wives and kids' names and stuff.
Brutal.
And Noah,
Brother Nero.
That was bad. That was, they went a lot, not a little far. They went a lot far with bringing up all that stuff about Hardy. But I mean, it's harsh words, and it's going to be a blood feud for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, I just can't wait. This match this Sunday, both of them going at it. It looks like Jeff Hardy is the favor on this.
Oh God, yeah.
Let's I want to continue if Sheamus want to pull a stunt or two and stuff like that. Maybe disregard the referee and just have a disqualification match or something. But I can see a match that goes longevity.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a question here from Daniel Hernandez, and he says, questions for you guys. As avid WWE fans, what would it take for other sports fans who watch other major sports leagues to respect the WWE?
That's Daniel, easy.
I'm going to tell you right now, other sports do respect the WWE. We have UFC, one guys that are finishing their career that want to jump over WWE. You got NBA fans, NBA players that before, like the Milwaukee Bucks, they trying to pretend that they're superstars and they wrestle each other before the game. So
the NFL?
mean, the
NFL
NFL is exactly,
MLB, Hunter Pence is a massive Daniel Bryan fan.
yes. So when it comes to respect, I think now they do respect them even more, and especially that there haven't been any major sports as of yet.
Yeah, it's been a good
And
reprise.
what is there to watch but sports entertainment? You got WWE and AEW going at it. So
Especially when you got like NFL stars like Gronk going after a wrestling title, you know. So I mean, that's a perfect example. The refrigerator being in a battle royal, going up against Big John Studd. You know, these other sports, athletes, they do, they grow up watching this stuff. They want to be part of it, and some of them are successful at it.
I think what people need to remember is that WWE is a scripted sport. It is sports entertainment. It's all put out there, and is it all 100% real? We know it's not. Kayfabe died a long time ago, but it's still athletic. So if you can enjoy it for the sport aspect of it and the athleticism of it and the comedy of it, people watch it to laugh, then great. You just have to not go into it thinking, well, this isn't football, this isn't baseball, this isn't hockey. Like, it's a completely different thing of its own. That's the mindset people have to go into.
And I believe that other sports athletes respect the training regimen
100%.
that the WWE has, because their training is ungodly difficult. You cannot just be some average Joe going off the street and say, I can do this.
Oh yeah, no,
you can't.
No, you can attest to it, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say the big he did say fans, like other sports fans, so fans of football, and we've all heard it from people we know saying, "Oh, wrestling's fake" and this and that. But the biggest thing that I say to everyone is those wrestlers in there, they're athletes, like they're not just people.
Right.
And the training to become a wrestler is hard. It is not easy. You can't just walk into it. People literally think they could walk into a wrestling ring and fall, and they're like, "Oh, well, that doesn't hurt because they taught them how to fall that way." It's like, you fall 20 feet, you're falling 20 feet. I don't care. Listen, you can't fake gravity. I don't know which wrestler said that. You can't fake gravity. So on that alone, like, they're literally putting their bodies on the line. They're tremendous athletes, regardless of anything, and that's a massive amount of respect right there.
Yeah,
right. And if I will, matter of fact, thank you, Daniel, for that question. And I will bring back to season 1 of our show where I did a takeaway about is wrestling fake, because a lot of people, they tried it, and just like you said, Noah. The way they work out, the way they prepare themselves for every match and to get conditioned, it's different than any other major sports. Every sport is hard, you know what I mean? And you try to get adjusted to it. So any sport is hard to train up for, but there are specifics. So yeah, most definitely. Yeah. And then look at Gronk wanted to be in the WWE. As you see, he had left WWE. He's been released.
Yeah, he's gone now.
He has a contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, well, he wanted to go meet up with his buddy.
No. The Tampa Bay Buccanetrians is what we're calling them now.
Oh, is that what they are?
Wow.
Hey,
wow.
If you live in New England, you're damn right, because a lot of people jump ship to be Bay fans. So
really?
Let them go.
Wow.
Let them go.
I do actually have a funny story if we're talking about other athletes in wrestling. So I don't know if you guys heard, but Gronk obviously had his little stint with WWE, and that bump that he took on WrestleMania when he was on top of the little platform.
Oh yeah.
He fell into a crowd of people. He was I was reading an article and I saw a couple of stories about it. I think it was, I forget who said the story happened. Maybe even Renee or someone like that. But they said that Gronk was actually scared to do that bump. And he didn't want to do it off of the platform because he's never done that before. I mean, he's a football player, right? He's been knocked around by huge dudes. But in terms of falling off of a platform onto other people, that's new. That's new territory. That's scary for anyone who's never done it before.
That's a trust issue.
Yeah. The story actually went, Vince actually took the bump, and which convinced Gronk to do it himself.
Oh, and that's not the only time that Vince McMahon has done that.
He'll do that a lot.
I think he actually jumped off, not off the building, but he jumped up, was it 6 feet?
Onto the crash pad, yeah.
Right. And he showed them all, hey, don't be scared. And that's why we saw Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black do it. So if you're talking about a leader, that's an actual great leader. Oh, absolutely. You don't want to do it? Look at me. Woo! Now, if he died, then I'll be like,
right. Maybe not.
I'll give him those 2 moments. We'll talk about Vince another time.
Hey, so Brooke Bailey asked, well, will he be back? Meaning Gronk, will he be back? Yes.
Later.
He put a stipulation on his release to where he cannot go anywhere until after his football season to come back to the WWE. So again, those are rumors speculating out there, but I'm pretty much sure that these guys, when they have their releases, there's always some type of stipulation. Ovi, you did the Ric Flair. Woo! All right, I did. I didn't realize. Woo! Hey, talking about woo, we're definitely going to be talking about Charlotte Flair at later on the show.
Suddenly I have to leave. Sorry, boys. I can't be here for Charlotte Flair.
Oh, there you go. One other note for SmackDown. We got Baron Corbin. So those you don't know, that Baron Corbin and Elias feud, it will be delayed. Actually, Elias did get injured, and he will be out at least 2 to 4 months. So Baron Corbin had a match with Otis, and again, he got that frustration on the match where he found himself to purposely disqualify himself from the matches. So I am really worried about Baron Corbin right now because he's having that reputation that things are not going his way. Is this a sign that the king is falling?
No, it's a sign that he's a spoiled brat.
Say again, Frank?
It's a sign that he's a spoiled brat.
Spoiled brat, okay.
No. Baron Corbin's one of the better heels in WWE right now. He's one of the only guys who consistently gets boos when he's supposed to get boos. Because heels in WWE right now in this era get cheered. He is the only heel in WWE who gets consistently booed. So I think he's doing a great job. And the fact that you hate him means he's doing it right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I mean, if you don't get the reaction from the crowd, then you're not doing your job right. That's
something's wrong.
I think honestly, I feel bad for Otis because I'm starting to believe that someone like Baron Corbin is going to manipulate him to put that Money in the Bank contract up in a match.
Yep.
And that Corbin is going to wind up taking it away from him.
Yep.
It has happened before, hasn't it?
It has happened before.
And so I have a bad feeling that he will be manipulated, and King Corbin is a snake. He can do that. And since now Elias is not around,
I'm for it.
I can see this happening and him becoming King Money in the Bank and then him cashing it in, going after somebody like Braun Strowman. I'm just saying, I just cannot see Otis holding on to this briefcase.
I love that.
I'm going to stop you right there. I mean, I got a feeling that, that could be one, but two, no one's ever cashed in on the tag team titles.
Ugh.
That is still considered a world title, and it's any world title that he wants. Why not bring Tucker back in, cash it in, and win either tag team titles? Now, right now, SmackDown is at a stalemate right now. They're at a halt because no one's mentioning it. But if you look at NXT where Keith Lee was wearing Black Lives Matter, that is a bold statement that he purposely did. And nobody's talking about it. But Jackson Ryder, who made a comment on Twitter, I guess as a fan for President Trump, stir a little bit. And
did he make a comment about it?
Yeah.
About Black Lives Matter?
Yeah. You was on all 4 downs with me.
No, that was different. That was a different. He didn't say anything about Black Lives Matter.
Oh, I said that last week. Oh, yeah. You know what? That was on last week's show with.
Okay. I thought you meant he said something different. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, he made a comment that stirred up the pot with Kevin Owens and Ricochet.
Okay.
They responded quickly.
Yes.
And then that forced WWE to make their comment overall in support with Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
So
yes.
Let's see what happens because they were the front runner to challenge the New Day for the tag team titles.
They're not even going to be on TV anymore, Ov. I
don't think so either.
They're done.
To be completely fair, I would have never invested in them regardless. So
right.
The Forgotten Sons are really forgotten, is what you're saying.
Thank you. This sped up the process.
You could forget about it.
Hey, speaking about Keith Lee, let's move on to an NXT takeover in your house. Mia Yim, Tegan Nox, and Shotzi Blackheart defeated Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez in the 6-woman tag team. Finn Balor defeated Damian Priest. Triple H actually gave a high appraisal to Damian Priest for his performance, even though he lost.
Yep.
Keith Lee retained the North American Championship by defeating Johnny Gargano. I'm still trying to explain to myself how many headshots could this guy get before he gets a concussion. Adam Cole retains his title over Velvety Dream.
Oh,
So Dream will have no more challenges for the NXT Championship. And Karrion Kross defeated Ciampa in a quick beatdown.
oh yeah.
And in the main event, Io Shirai becomes the new NXT Women's Champion over Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. So I would like to say congratulations to Hector Vasquez. He is the new champion, the hard-hitting champion, and he will defend it again this Sunday at Backlash, which is Thursday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We will have our prediction show. So congratulations, Hector.
Good job.
I'm coming for you.
Hey, I could be like Daniel Bryan. Say, I wasn't ready. I'm not ready for Backlash.
Is it Daniel Bryan? Or are you
No.
talking about Santino Moreno?
That's Santino.
There you
But see,
go.
but Daniel Bryan, he got bro kicked within a couple of seconds and lost his belt. See, that's how I
Yeah.
feel right now. You know, I'm
Yeah.
just getting it, and y'all four trying to bro kick me. You know.
Yeah, well, that title got to be on the line. And guess who? Jose's waiting for you, man. He was that close as well. But also, Steve from the hashtag SCW Wrestling Channel, he partook in our prediction challenge, and he came in second place. So, hey, if you're watching us, hey, thank you for being in our show, and we hope to do this again. But hey, let's move forward to the Monday Night Raw, which has happened on Monday night, of course. Randy Orton and Edge. And the question for you guys is it going to be the greatest match ever? And
No, I'm already over it.
I'm going to start with Frank and work our way around. Frank.
No. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. Look, you have the Macho Man versus
Anyone else?
Dragon. You know, there's so many other matches. You have Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
That's correct. I mean, that was one of the
Okay.
good matches
That's
back-to-back
one of-
WrestleMania.
Exactly. You know,
Mhm.
Undertaker again against Triple H.
That's correct.
You know, so I just don't see that build up for that match. You know, it's they haven't been, how do I put it? Edge has been gone for so long to bring him back and put him at this high of a level where, hey, you're gonna have the best match ever. No, you know what? Sorry, buddy, you've been gone for a long time. It's not gonna happen that way.
I mean,
think
he
that's-
still got a big reaction when he came back for the Royal Rumble. I mean, people still see him as one of the elites.
no.
So, and everybody loves the RKO.
Yeah, I mean, look, Edge is an elite, but he's not at that level. At least I don't feel that way.
Well, I guess the Hall of Famer got to do more than just being a Hall of Famer, right, Tyler?
Oh, and being in the Hall of Fame is never enough. You still gotta, come out and prove yourself. If you're gonna come back and wrestle, I'm not gonna cheer for you just because you're a Hall of Famer. But no, this is not gonna be the greatest match of all time. And I could say that strictly because it's at Backlash. If it was gonna be the greatest match of all time, it should be at WrestleMania. Like this is such a stretch, and that's for Vince. That's every week, but this is such a stretch.
Right.
That it's out of character for even him.
Okay. Well, Hector, let me ask you this. Kurt Angle went on, explaining the match between these two superstars, but he predicted Edge to win. In a sense, was it right for Kurt Angle to choose the winner of the match, or should he just left it alone and make it suspense?
Yeah, I think he should have just left it alone. You can't just go ahead and make a prediction that fast. I mean, yeah, I understand he's a Hall of Famer and he's got a lot of great attributes under his belt, but we still got an aged Randy Orton who's still in the game for these last 9.5 years. Can it be one of the great matches? I think so if Randy Orton takes the lead on this, because Edge has been out for so long. I think Randy Orton has to be the lead in this match and try to carry this match to be one of the greatest, but not the greatest. It's going to be a mind-blowing match, and I think they want to try to change that up and say, look, we've seen all these great matches at WrestleMania. Let's try to change this up and give them something to look at in the future at a different pay-per-view than WrestleMania.
Sure.
And I think, again, it has to be Randy Orton, and Edge is going to have to allow him to take the lead on this. That means, getting speared and breaking out of it 2 or 3 times, and then expecting the RKO him 2 or 3 times and expecting Edge to break out of it and then show that reaction. It's going to have to. I think it's going to really rely on Randy Orton on this one.
Okay, Noah.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I'm tired of hearing the tagline, the greatest wrestling match ever. So I'm looking forward to post Backlash where we can see a match that's going to be good, but not the greatest ever. And we'll look back on it as being a good match that 2 good guys had. They're great wrestlers, they're great performers, they're superstars by all stretch of the means. But just tag it as the greatest wrestling match ever just doesn't make sense. I don't know why you would do that and try to hold it to such high of a caliber. They're going to have a good match, don't get me wrong. But for something that's already a rematch of something we saw about a month ago, I just don't see them having something like the greatest wrestling match ever.
Right.
If I don't see Randy Orton winning, then it's just a waste of time, because I do see these guys going at it, for another pay-per-view. But it's talking about, doing all that you can. For Edge, he will have to bring the younger version of Edge to make it the greatest of all time. I want him flying like he did on ladder matches and stuff like that. And I don't think at his age right now he could do that. But hey, more to follow on that. Like I said, this Sunday they go at it 1-on-1, which we'll see if it's the greatest match ever or not. But also this Sunday, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. That's still ongoing. Interesting towards the end of the match where before Bobby Lashley speared, I believe it was Akon, if I'm not mistaken, to the side, he did bump Drew McIntyre. Drew kind of pushed him a little bit. I'm surprised these two didn't go after it and have them ring the bell. I just found it shocking that they will actually have the Viking Raiders actually lose the match. I think they should have saved it because they have their feud with the Street Profits. What do you think, Hector?
Right.
Yeah, no, I agree. And boy, I tell you that Claymore almost hit Ivar. I mean, I think Drew McIntyre really had to be careful because he didn't perform it all the way. But if he did, he would have hit Ivar pretty hard. He would have knocked him smooth out.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty on point. He was zeroed in. I can't say much to Brooke Bailey, who's watching the show, about being a marksmanship. So that's an outside joke here and there. But anyway. But he'll probably reply back and tell me I'm an SOB. But anyways, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I hope this hype actually develops for this Sunday. And then the other one is the egos between Andrade and Angel Garza. I mean,
how about that match?
That triple threat match with them two and Kevin Owens, I didn't even see that coming, to be honest with you.
That was such a good match.
Great match.
Are these guys going to actually split up, do you think?
I hope so. What a rivalry. What a rivalry they could have. That was awesome. Their in-ring chemistry was so good, fighting against each other. And Kevin doesn't even have to be part of it. Well, once Andrade loses this Sunday, and yes, he's losing this Sunday, and is out of the title picture, him and Garza can fight for Zelina Vega. You know what I mean? Fight for management and fight for who's going to stay with her and who's not, and whose fault it was that she got hit in that quarrel. And then we can see Owens and Apollo. So
it definitely was the first
excited.
time for Zelina Vega to fall down. I mean, Andrade has done that so many times.
Yeah, she got bumped hard. That was one of the first times.
All right, so we understand that Andrade and Apollo Crews are going to be in the United States title match this Sunday. More to follow on that. Let's see how that turns out. Just curious if Angel Garza will show up in. I mean, he will have to do something to not allow Andrade to win it for them to
100%.
clash. All right, but we're talking about clashing. I think this is on everybody's radar. So hold on to your seats. Here we go. Charlotte Flair. So Charlotte Flair has been on everybody's radar. Okay. That's all right. Three is better, right? All right, so Charlotte Flair has been on the show on NXT, lost the title to the triple threat match that Io Shirai won. Before that, she was on SmackDown stirring up the pot with Bayley and Sasha Banks. And now she's on Raw challenging Asuka. I mean, where is this going with Charlotte, Noah? Come on, tell us.
Charlotte, listen. This is where Tyler and I disagree the most. We were actually arguing about this last night. We were on the phone. We were texting each other, going at it. Kyler can't stand Charlotte, as you know, because he wanted to leave. I think Charlotte, and no, screw that. I know Charlotte is one of the greatest in-ring performers that is on the planet today. Charlotte can go into any ring with any person, and she can tear the house down. And that's exactly what she did in your house. Don't get me wrong. She was in there with some great opponents, and Io Shirai was rightful to win. But Charlotte can go to any brand, and she can tear it up, and that's what they're proving right now. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what show you fight for. Charlotte can go to SmackDown. She can go to Raw. She can go to NXT, and she will beat you.
Hector?
Yeah, I mean, she is living up to her daddy's, you know what I'm saying, that Flair name. She is actually doing what the Flair name does. Okay, we know Ric Flair, what he did on every brand that he's been on, whether or not you liked him. But on every brand that he's been on, he's won a title. And Charlotte is doing the same thing. And she even said it Monday night that she, even though she lost a belt, but she's still more relevant without a belt than these girls are with a belt.
Damn
and
right.
What she did in NXT was help elevate the women's division. And I totally agree with her. You may not like her, but she's speaking the truth. And with her on Raw, Raw needs a Flair to elevate everything and boost it up. You know what I'm saying? And she's going to be that heel. She'll be that face. She spoke truth to Bayley and Sasha Banks. So that was like the baby face part. But now she's on the heel talking about Oscar. You can't beat me. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to grab that belt one day, even if I have to take it from you or I have to pry it from Nia Jax. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see a 16-time women's champion here pretty soon.
Damn right. You're damn right.
I think it's a big rush. I understand. Look, I see that her number went from 10 to 12. Okay. So I feel like they're trying to rush it to where.
Yeah, you think? Holy cow.
When that one time you said you were 10-time world champion in the month of October, when you lost to Bayley on SmackDown, then you lose to Becky Lynch the next Monday Night Raw. And then all of a sudden you have an option. You win the Royal Rumble instead of chasing those world championship belts. They're like, nah, I'm going to go to NXT and I'm going to take that belt. Okay. Yeah, you got the experience and everything else. And I mean, I think it would have been a different circumstance if WrestleMania was in Tampa Bay, Rhea Ripley would have won. I believe that would have happened because Rhea Ripley is the next rising star in the women's division. All right, but being that it was condoned, I mean, in Orlando in the Performance Center, they gave it to Charlotte because of ratings or whatever case may be. I don't think it helped because it still didn't beat AEW weekly basis, but it is what it is. But I think they did right. I think, giving up that title for her to move off. But I don't think that she will be in a position right now if Becky Lynch was still at Monday Night Raw. Now, where is Shayna Baszler? Okay,
she's waiting.
Where's Bianca Belair? Okay, I could go on and list all these females that are in the division that are in Raw. Where are they? Why do we keep seeing Charlotte Flair all the time?
You can go ahead and ask Vince McMahon that question.
When the purpose is, hey, if you don't give them TV time, how are they going to actually be somebody?
Oh, magic. Wow, that was a weird concept you put out there.
Hey, I'm speaking the truth, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyhow, I think it's overdoing it. All right. I think it's a big push. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You're right. I think they're trying to rush the 16-time title for what? She better not be 17-time title.
And I'm actually kind of shocked that Noah loves Charlotte as much as he does, because she's just rushing titles like Roman Reigns. Just title. Here you go, title. Here you go, title.
It's already, he built his name to be the man. He is the guy.
Whoa, that the man title. That's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
He is a man. Woo. I mean, unless you know anything else. I mean,
big words.
Maybe the face.
That's easy.
He's the champ.
He's not even here.
He's not, but you got to respect the man about his health issues and everything else going in. That. you know.
To
But
defend against the,
go ahead.
I was going to say to defend against the Roman thing.
Mhm.
And Tyler knows I never liked the Shield. Didn't like Roman and didn't like Dean in the Shield. Seth was the guy from the beginning, and he's still my guy. Charlotte is the big difference because Charlotte is an tremendous in-ring performer, and Roman Reigns bored the hell out of me, and so did listen, Dean Ambrose too. When they were in the Shield together, it put me to sleep. Charlotte Flair tears it up. That's the big difference right there.
Bah.
Charlotte can back it. Charlotte can back it.
Okay, but let me ask you this then: should the performance that we saw on Monday Night Raw between her and Asuka should have been that way? Should they make her feel more a dominant person?
Yeah, absolutely.
I doubt
with the
that.
character. They're going with the idea she's the best.
But Asuka is also an elite superstar.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about a woman that had a winning streak all the way through until WrestleMania, which, in my opinion, she should have never lost to Charlotte.
And who'd she
Flair.
lose to? Charlotte Flair.
But okay, yes,
because they want her to be the best.
Hey, you're absolutely right. But if
because of her last name,
best, you're absolutely. I think so. Hey, Asuka's better than that. That's what I'm trying to put out there. Asuka is better. You know that she was getting a beating like it was Karrion Kross against Ciampa. Hell no.
No one knows how much I don't like Asuka or Charlotte Flair, and I would rather have Asuka over Charlotte Flair.
Look at that WrestleMania match. Compare that match to what happened on Monday Night Raw. You see the big difference. You know,
now,
ain't no way in hell Asuka will receive that beating. She always have a counterattack to every. She may lose, don't get me wrong, but she is prestigious enough to counterattack any type of move. And she did that at WrestleMania, and she didn't do it on Monday Night Raw.
Well, you get those situations because John Cena was the same way with Brock Lesnar. I mean, there was that one moment where Brock Lesnar dominated him throughout the whole match. And then you had those times where John Cena had to
SummerSlam.
Had to pull the tricks out to do what he had to do to beat him.
Chain.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do what you got to do. But I think they are building Flair to be the best woman there is out there. You know,
yes, building.
One more thing, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Hector. And no, I'm glad that everybody, you guys got valid points. But the one thing I'm going to tell you, the woman's evolution started with 4. 4, not 1. 4.
Okay? Yeah, but what did they call them?
Bailey. Okay. Charlotte Flair, and lastly,
the man
Becky Lynch. Okay, and Becky Lynch out of the 4 skyrocketed up, and she still would be up there if it wasn't for her pregnancy. All right, but now we're down to 3, and now Sasha Banks looks like she's slipping down because now you have Bailey on one side, Charlotte on another, and Bailey's beating Charlotte. Okay. So,
but we all know who the creator of the women's revolution was. It was Paige, and no one can argue that point.
No.
100%.
The creator was Stephanie McMahon. Okay.
Oh,
we're talking about scratch. We're talking about her taking ownership and building that foundation to get the team that was there. I'm just being real.
We got technical.
Stephanie was the face of it.
I'm like Frank, man. I go by stats. I look from the background and I'm looking through all these papers and stuff.
But see, I think it makes for interesting conversation with the women because you see, like Becky Lynch had a hard time against Asuka. Asuka can't seem to beat Flair. Flair cannot take down Bailey. You see what I'm saying? It's like a rolling door here that somebody always has somebody else's number, and that person
absolutely
catch up to them. So that's 100%. What I like about it. You know, I mean, and Flair's just in the middle of all this. You know, I think.
Funnily enough, they're called the 4 Horsewomen because they have to reenact history and make Ric Flair's daughter be the star all the time.
Well, I tell you what, I wish that the 4 will be together and sort of dominate in the wrestling program. Why not? I'm down for it, but it's not going to happen because all 4 of them have their egos. You know. And I'm just curious how that would actually develop. Will they wait all the way till when Becky Lynch comes back? You know what I mean? I mean, we don't even know if she's going to come back.
No,
that's another thing.
I read.
You never know what can happen in the pregnancy. I'm telling you, you never know.
You're right. But
I hope she does.
She has plans to come back.
Her intention is to return. Correct.
Right. Her intentions are to return.
And I'll say this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I know you weren't done.
And she will go. You're gonna see that fight between her and Baszler, because notice how Baszler ran her mouth when everything happened. It just left it wide open for that.
Yeah, I mean, she can still she doesn't have to disappear and then have that going. You know what I mean? Like she can still. Shayna Baszler needs to make a presence, and she's the only one that puts Charlotte in check. You know, because I still Flair cannot handle Shayna. She's never wrestled that type of caliber star yet. Okay, and I'm still waiting for Bianca Belair. Where are these females at to come back and make a statement, because they will slow down Charlotte Flair.
I hope so.
It's Vince McMahon.
Hey, what is your opinion on this? Let us know. Leave your comments here on Facebook or on YouTube. Also, you can check out our blogs at hhwshow.com. You can find out there, and also all the updates, rumors, predictions, results, all that's there on hhwshow.com. But hey, let's end this show real quick. We'll talk about what's coming up next on the HHW show. Thursday, we have our predictions for Backlash at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We also have Backlash post show, which is immediately after the show here on Facebook and YouTube. You can check us out. Also, we have the Father's Day tribute special edition that's hosted by Hector Vasquez. And that's all happening all this week. Also, I would like to say a special shout out to everybody that's listening in around the world. I am surprised. It's been 1 year that we've been doing this show, and I haven't thanked everybody yet. So next week in our normal episode, I will thank every viewer by country, by city, you name it. I'm going to say it all. And one last thing, let me give you guys a Backlash pay-per-view update that's happening this Sunday on the WWE Network. We have the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, Universal Champion Braun Strowman versus The Miz and John Morrison in a handicap match. We have Raw Women's Championship Asuka versus Nia Jax. The greatest wrestling match ever, we have Edge versus Randy Orton. That's the way to be seen on that status. Women's Tag Team Championship, Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. And the Iconics. That's right. This will be a triple threat match for the Women's Tag Team Championship. The United States Champion, Apollo Crews, defend his title versus the number one contender, Andrade. And Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. So we got a total of 7 matches so far. Let's see if there's any other addition coming up this Friday on SmackDown. And if it will be any additional, you could catch all the updates on hhwshow.com. On behalf of the HHW crew, Tyler, Frank, Hector, and Noah, and my son, Jose, thank you for watching the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show. Take care, everyone. And that's a wrap, right?
Visit the HHWShow.com sportscast, where you can find all the news, rumors, updates, and predictions from the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show, all 4 downs, Join About the G-Men, and Keys to the City. If you ever want to do a podcast, this is the place to do it. Starting at $15 a month, you can get unlimited hosting and $50 a month for the full package. Visit CloverCrestMedia.com for more information.
A big thank you to the StreamYard for their fine streaming service. On behalf of the HHW crew, I am Obi Muniz. Thank you for listening to the Hard Hittin' Wrestling Show.